Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking out the F-16A versus the F-20 Tiger Shark. I hope you guys are having a great day. Make sure to join the Discord down below to feature in these videos. We do get pilots from there and put them in these videos. And of course, the more pilots we have, the more large-scale stuff we could do. Now, in terms of the F-16A versus the F-20, it's a pretty good fight. Granted, the F-16 has the upper hand in this fight, but little things to note is both fighters are rate fighters. The F-20 has a mix of the F-18, the F-16, and of course the F-5. It's sort of a hybrid of all of them. The reason I say the F-18 is because the F-5 airframe was used for the F-18, so that's the only reason I say that. Oh, and the radar, of course. But yeah, it should be a fun fight. You can see this first round, we get lucky shots, and we gun them down. So let's go check out the Tackview. That's the fun part. Okay, so we're in the Tackview, and we're going almost the same speed. You can see he slows down quite a bit in the merge. Now, again, both these fighters, they're pretty decent rate fighters. I would say the F-16A is better, and some people argue the F-16AJ. Not sure really why they say the AJ is a little different, so you guys know, tell me in the comments down below. But F-16A is probably the most maneuverable F-16 we have in the game, just because it's super light. It may not have all those advanced avionics, but see, you're able to pull lead on targets like that, and that's where I clipped his wing off. I don't think you're able to pull these maneuvers with the G limiter, which Gaijin has seemed to turn off. But yeah, I mean, hey, look, you could see the maneuverability in our flight path. You can see when we started this turn, we pulled into a circle quite well. I'll get an up view from up here. You see, we just pulled into the circle a lot better. But yeah, we'll go to the next fight. Obviously, these fights, it does, come down to the pilot sometimes. But in this scenario, I am in the better aircraft. I think we can all agree to that. With that being said, though, the F-20 is a very formidable aircraft. In dual videos, I was able to win against the flanker. And in the video that I haven't released yet, it was able to win against the MiG-29, of course with some trouble. So the fighter jet's not completely outgunned and outnumbered, but the F-16A flight model specifically does have a huge advantage, just because the F-16A is just ridiculously overpowered in a dogfight, even against like the flanker and the whatchamacallit, I can't think. Oh, the MiG-29. It's just how the airframe is. But anyway, let's go into the Tackview. Now, this next fight is pretty unique. Again, you could see the F-16's capabilities with its nose authority compared to the F-20. You can see, we'll speed it up a little bit here. But you can see we both go into a vertical. And this wasn't planned, of course. This is just like, a natural happening, I guess, but we both go for the vertical. I am a little slower, so I'm able to pull a little bit more lead. You can see here, we're pulling, and we get lock. Locks 2, missiles tracking, and I don't think he sees it till the last second, and bam, target dead. So we back out here. You can see our circle there and his circle. You can sort of compare and contrast those two together. The F-16 definitely does pull a lot harder. But again, he was going faster in the merge, so that could have contributed to it. But overall, the F-16 flight model does have better nose authority. Now you can see this fight is a little more dynamic. You know, it's not just straight cut, you know, kill. We don't kill him immediately. Obviously, in any fight, it doesn't matter what jet you're in, you want to kill the target as quickly as possible. But when you do get into a prolonged fight with someone who knows what they're doing, you need to know how to take care of them. Because once you get to this stage, screw-ups are going to cost you very dearly in these fights. But you can see, like, look at that AOA this thing pulls. It feels like the G limiter is just not on this aircraft sometimes. But you can see we're still trying to aim for his tail here. We're still trying to cut into that circle constantly. And we just get a little better lead. You know, we get our little radar lock, trying to get the gun sight to work. Here I do spin out a little bit, so that's a little bad on my part. The low speed maneuverability with this aircraft, you see we're going like 194 knots. The nose starts to bob when you're pulling full Gs, but I get it under control. We're on his 6. I mean, this is a pretty ideal spot you want to be. Of course, in a real match, both parties are calling for backup, and, you know, there's probably other jets on the way, but I cut his wing off, I believe, and he's pretty much donezo. So even in a slow speed maneuver fight, semi-scissor type of deal, the F-16 still comes out on top. And this is kind of surprising because the F-20 versus the MiG-29, the flanker, it beats those both jets, at least in a 1v1 scenario. But it does not beat the F-16. Again, or maybe I didn't state this, but I do believe the F-16 is a lot better than those aircraft, the A and the C, just because of its flight performance, but so maybe that's why. But yeah, hey, good fight, GG.